today we're going to go over graphing, part 1.5. If we look at this graph here, yesterday I told you to just ignore this stuff here, because right now you're just going to deal with real world things, like you have 7 pineapples or you lost 6 toes. We're going to deal with points on these graphs here. I want you to look at these points. You don't have to draw, well, in this case, you don't have to draw them, you just have to look at them. And I'm going to call this point A, point B, point C, and point D. The question is, where are these points? Now we have numbers to point them out, but we have 2 numbers. Which number do we use first? Which number do we use second? I will tell you this right here. When we're talking about this line right here, they call that X, the x-axis. This line up here, they call that the y-axis. Now a hint for you. I'm going to write down, so point A, put in parentheses there. Point B, point C, and point D.
You write that down?
Now, I want you to look at this, and they give you 2 spaces to put these numbers into. Now the question is, which number do I use? Like for point A, if I look at the points, I have a 10 over here, and I have a 6 over there. But do I write it as 10, 6, 6, 10? How do I label it? Yes?
X, 6,
You label it as 6, 10. Now here's the reason. The reason is what I start off with. This line is the x-axis. This line is the y-axis. If you want to know which number to put first, look at the letters and see which number comes first in the alphabet. So if you have an X and a Y, which letter comes first in the alphabet?
X.
X comes first. So this number goes first. Then this number goes second. So for point B, how would I label point B? Yes, sir. Yes.
3, 6. Yes, 6, 3.
6, 3. Let's take a look. We have, here's point B. So it goes to 6 and it goes to 3. So since 6 is on the x-axis, X comes first in the alphabet, I put the 6 down first, don't I? Which means that number goes next. Somebody else, how would I label part C? Yes?
4 and 6.
All right, here's part C. We go down there. Since that's X, we put that first, so that's a 4. Very good. Then there's the 6, and that goes next. Last one, how would I label this one? Yes? Let's look at D. We go down there. Since that's X and that's first in the alphabet, we go to 10. Y comes next, so we go across to Y. 10 and 8. So how do you know which number goes first?
The letter.
The letter tells you which number to put first. This is always going to be X. So this number always goes first. This is Y comes next, so this number always comes second. All right, so now we know how to label it.
That one just shows all the numbers, but this one doesn't have numbers in between,
Ah.
so that's why I put.
That's a good question. Some of those don't have numbers in between, do they?
No.
Well, how many spaces is split up in between?
1,
In between the numbers?
3.
No, how many spaces in between?
Oh.
Not lines.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There are 4 spaces in between each number, correct? So for example, let's say this is no number. Let's erase these numbers here. And say 1, 2, 3, 4. So say this is a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 3. And say you had a point right here. So this point right here, the first one is 5. So we'll call this point Z. So for point Z, the first number is 5. But if I go across here, oh no, it goes to the second line. So this is how you label it. So we know that it goes to 2, correct? So it's above 2. And the rest of it's going to be a fraction. Well, The bottom number is just how many spaces there are in between each number. And how many spaces are there? 1, 2, 3. Okay, there are 4 spaces. So that's your bottom number. The top number is, what line is it on? This is on the 1, 2. So this one's on the second line. So this is 5 and 2 2/4. You can simplify that to 5 and 2. What number can I divide by? What number can I divide into 2 and 4?
2.
What's 2 divided by 2?
1.
What's 4 divided by 2?
2.
So I can simplify it. So you can write it like this and then simplify it to 2.5. If I had another point like right here, let's say I had this point. We'll call this y. So for point y, my first number, x, is 8. Pretty simple. The second number goes across to here. Oh my. Well, I'm not even at 1 yet, am I? So I know it's going to be 0 in something, but I'm not going to write 0. We don't care about the 0. It's just going to be a fraction. How many spaces are in between?
4.
There are 4 spaces. What line is it on? 1, 2. Oh, it's on the third line. So that answer is 3/4. Okie dokes?
Yep.
So the top number tells you what line you hit. The bottom number tells you how many spaces are in between each whole number. Let's look at this problem. The same idea. I'm giving you this function, but I'm not giving you a line. There's a problem. How can I do this if I don't get a line? Well, this is what you can do. This is the beauty of this guy. You can pick whatever you want for x. So what you're going to do is just this. You're just going to pick 2 numbers for x. And then you're just going to multiply it by 2, then add 1. So give me a number. 5. So we're going to pick x to be 5. So you'll do 2 times 5, then add 1. What's 2 times 5?
10. 11.
10 plus 1 is?
11.
So this just turns out to be, your final answer is what y is. So x is 5, so I go to x is 5. I go to y is 11. Then I match them up, shazam. There's 1 point right there. Pretty simple, huh?
Yeah.
Now I just do it again. I just do it one more time. And you can pick any number you want. I'm just going to not pick 5 this time. Somebody else, give me a different number. Again, give me a number that I could fit on this graph. If it gets too big, I can't do it. Yes, sir? 10. What's 2 times 10? Is that going to fit on here? So 10's too big. That's all right. Go ahead, pick another number. Hey, ignore him. Just let's pick 8. What's 2 times 8? 16. What's 16 plus 1? 17. So when x is 8, y is, so I go, when x is 8, y is, Bladau, right there. Now all I need to do is get some kind of straight edge, and I'm done. I don't need to do any more points. I don't want to waste my time. I'm going to connect my 2 points as best I can. And see if I can get down to 0 maybe. And I'm just going to draw a straight line. Let's go up to there. Now I got myself a line. Now I have the line. So how many points did I need to pick?
2.
How many points did I, not what point, how many, I picked any 2 points I wanted. And now I have a line. Now I can ask the question, what if y was equal to 9? How would I figure out x? Yeah, go to 9, go to the line, boom, shaka laka.
Oh, wow.
So what is x equal to? So that means x is equal to 4. And if you want to check, what's 2 times 4?
8.
What's 8 plus 1?
9.
Boom, wonderful. What if I said y was equal to 13? I want to know x. Somebody else, how would I do this one? Yes.
You would go to 13,
Go to 13.
draw to the line, and then straight down, and you would get
6.
6.
Shazam. 6. Let's check our work.
Oh my gosh.
What's 2 times 6?
12.
What's 12 plus 1? Oh, that's what it says. It works. So do we understand how to make the line?
Yeah.
We are done with chapter 1. So, if you would like to see my previous video, click over here. Any other videos that you might like over here. Or click on the playlist for chapter 1 with 6th grade math. And subscribe.
Subscribe.
All right.